I pulled some cards, and here are your new moon messages. The first card that came out is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This card refers to an imbalance in the way that you are giving and receiving. So you are giving too freely to others without receiving anything in return. You are not giving to yourself, and I think this really has to do with the message from the last reading about abandoning some of those self-care routines. If you are deciding to cut expenses and the first thing that went out of the window is self-care, maybe reevaluate. Maybe there's some other ways that you can cut expenses. I mean, I know expenses may need to be cut, but maybe you can still give in that self-care regard. This also does warn to be mindful about your debts. So still budget, but don't forget to give to yourself. Also be mindful of people who give to you with strings attached, with expectations that are unrealistic or unkind or manipulative. The next card that came out is the Five of Staffs, and this has to do with just conflict, just the energy of conflict, tension, battle. Oftentimes, this conflict is just like for naught. Like we're just fighting for what? And so try your best not to give too freely to a fight, give your energy too freely to a fight that you need not participate in. This card is actually the fourth, but I feel like it ties in so well. You have the Seven of Staffs that came in reverse, and again, this is a conflict card. It talks about internal conflict. In particular, this is feeling like you're inadequate. Perhaps you are competing in something that you've never done before. So, like the last reading mentioned, if you're like starting these new ideas, this new business, it's brand new to you, and now you're comparing yourselves to others, you're feeling judged by others' criticism, and you're actually allowing that to affect your internal state. Again, do your best to not let the energy of conflict disturb your inner peace, when in actuality, like, you just really could keep your hands off of it. Like, I don't know how else to explain it other than that. Like, just don't dibble and dab in conflict that has nothing to do with you, that isn't for, like, conflict can be good, right? Not all conflict is negative, but if there is conflict that's like, this is not going anywhere, we're not achieving anything with this, like, the best thing for us to do at this point is just agree to disagree. Or you're being overly critical of me, and this is something brand new that I'm doing, like, I'm figuring this out. And if this is a person who is just being harshly judgmental, like, maybe I just need to take a step back, because this is not doing anything for my energy, and it's starting to affect me on an internal level. And then the third card that came out, and I went a little out of order, is the Four of Cups. Now, this is a card about, like, deficit mindset, scarcity mindset. So you're so focused on what you lack that you're not paying attention to what is actually being offered to you. This card, honestly, whenever I see this card, I'm like, Spirit says you're being ungrateful. That you're like, you know what? I don't even want to play the game. I'm tired. I'm over it. Leave me alone. I'm not even going to look at the direction of opportunity, because I'm so focused on the fact that these three cups are empty. Like, I'm so focused on the fact that I lost something. Rejection is redirection. A door closed is a door open. And if you just sit there and stare at the door that's closed, and you're just like, this door is closed and it used to be open, and I'm so upset, like, you will be so tunnel vision on the lack that you won't even realize, like, these sliding glass doors just open for you to walk through, and there's opportunity for you there. So those are your messages, to be mindful of this imbalance in giving and receiving. If you feel that you are giving too much to a situation, especially if it has to do with conflict, let it go. Like, reevaluate, take that step back. It may not be forever, but a step back is likely necessary. Don't get too caught up in comparing yourself to others, especially if this is something new that you're doing. And if someone is being too harsh or overly critical of you, tell them. And if they continue to do so, be like, all right, cool, like, I'm figuring this out, and you're not helping the situation. I don't really need your energy about me right now. And again, take that step back. And then lastly, Be really, really mindful not to be so focused on what you lack that you don't pay attention to opportunities that are being presented to you. Those are your messages. Have a great day.